Shrimakakotaj, the honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Salutation to you arguments out there pushing this truth with all honesty and sincerity. I'm back with some news. This the airplane crash in Minnesota.
Somebody tried to Putin today, but it gets a lot deeper than just that. Let me first preface this video by saying that everything I'm about to show you is a legitimate headline, or words directly out of people's mouth, but we'll still call them allegations. You heard that right, TikTok? So this morning, randomly, one of Putin's vehicles, a $300,000 car, just randomly went up in flames, abruptly, just out of nowhere. But this is extremely odd because just yesterday, German intelligence came out and said that Russia may test NATO with a limited attack. We are still a part of NATO, y'all. But this gets extremely odd when just a few weeks ago, Zelensky came out, it's right here, I'll put it up right here too, and he said Putin will unalive soon, and then this whole situation going on will end. Now again, this is an allegation, but I'll allow him to say it directly to you word for word.
Залежить від його років, він помре скоро, це факт, і все закінчиться.
And then today, a vehicle he was supposed to be in is randomly combusted out of nowhere. TikTok, I posted headlines and people speaking for themselves. TikTok remains to be the only place you cannot speak proven facts. So let me know if you see this on your For You page, and let me know what you think about it.
So right this moment, the worst wildfires that are burning in the United States are burning in North Carolina and upstate South Carolina as of Saturday, March 29th, which is 10 days after some of these fires have started. Now, some of these fires were contained, like the Guerin Creek fire in Buncombe County. The firefighters there were able to contain that. But there's hundreds of firefighters from across the entire country coming to western North Carolina and upstate South Carolina to fight these fires off. I would look up your local county and see if there's any warnings or evacuation orders depending on what's going on, and just keep up to date on the information, because what I think happened is a lot of this deadfall wood that crashed down that has started to dry out since it was uprooted after Hurricane Helene hit this past fall. It's been creating massive brush piles, which is the perfect situation for a massive brush fire wildfire to break out. Now, the largest fire in the region is Table Rock Fire in Pickens County, South Carolina, which doubled in size by Friday and actually crossed the state line into North Carolina and Transylvania County. Now, in North Carolina, there's large fires that are burning in Polk County, the Deep Woods and Black Cove fires, Swain County, the Alarka Fire, and Haywood County, the Rattlesnake Branch Fire, which has forced the closure of Shining Rock Wilderness in Pisgah National Forest. Currently, there's burn bans in effect across the entire state of North Carolina and South Carolina. But again, I would keep up to date with the local news channels to make sure that you're tracking on everything that's going on with these wildfires, because they've been spreading pretty quickly whenever they break out.
I don't want to be bought by and crop like Trump. I'm a human. Human are not for sale.
Don't even think about repeat it that you want Greenland. We don't want you here.
I also think the U.S. interest in Greenland is disrespectful. I think it's the wrong way to do it. If they would like to have a good relationship with Greenland, I think many of us are... we have more mistrust in U.S. than we used to have before, just months ago.
Look at all these people outside of Tesla.
Fires raging across the Carolinas tonight. The Table Rock Complex fire in South Carolina, now the highest priority fire in the country. Over 10,000 acres scorched, but containment at 0%.
It's a beautiful place. Unfortunately, it's on fire right now.
Crews taking aggressive measures. A tanker dropping fire retardant for the first time in the state's history. The region under red flag warnings. Homes at constant risk of new flare-ups.
Colonizing Mars. That's not happening, people. It's a marketing scheme. Do you know how long it would take to colonize Mars? Do you know how long it would take to terraform that thing? It's a marketing scheme that everyone somehow falls for. This is my native language, I promise.
This is Elon Musk's son. So, yeah.
Everyone somehow fell for, despite being like debunked by a Google search. Not colonizing Mars. That's not
Possibly fracturing or
Alright.
possibly fracturing or breaking his femur, which orthopedic surgeon Dr. Craig Weil says isn't impossible.
Well, the femoral artery is quite large, and it could, if you broke your femur and it broke badly enough, the ends of the femur fracture could be sharp enough to cut the artery.
As for the fall,
It'd have to be a very hard fall.
something you don't often see.
No, you don't. It's a relatively rare injury to have a femoral artery death. It's only about 10 to 15% of traumas, so it's not very high.
The Fulton County Medical Examiner says right now the cause and manner of death for a young Scooter is listed as undetermined. Of course, an autopsy is planned if it's not already been conducted. Now, the GBI is investigating this in-custody death, Angelina, and of course, the autopsy results will hinge a lot on how they rule this investigation. Possibly fracturing or breaking his femur, which orthopedic surgeon Dr. Craig Weil says isn't impossible.
I'm in Bangkok. That is one small window to what's happening here as recovery crews are doubling down on efforts to try to reach the dozens of construction workers who are trapped in that pile of rubble. This is what it looks like on the other side with the world's media watching every move. U.S. Air Force personnel arrived from Japan earlier today. They're going to be helping with the recovery effort. Even now, 48 hours later, relatives of the people trapped are still coming here. They're praying, they're lighting incense, and they're hoping that more of the missing will be found soon.
The motherfuckers not about to be found. They exactly where they crumbled at, exactly where the building fell on that is going to be their fucking grave. There is no hope for them people.
That is a 7-story high mountain of debris. Heavy equipment has been peeling away at the layers of concrete, steel, and broken glass to try to reach the dozens of people who are trapped inside. They're using drones, search dogs to look for any signs of life, but so far aren't finding them. Still, search teams say that they'll continue until every person is found. There are family members who are still coming here, watching, waiting, and hoping.
With that, I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory going to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shah, Bashem, Kakwadash. Until next time, Shalom.